BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am Khomoto Mapane. Let's take a look at the headlines. The Bono Housing Scheme delivers over 34,000 houses across the country. The Botswana Council for Disabled partners with Trainers and Allied Workers Union to empower people living with disabilities.
Botswana Softball Association hosts the friendly matches for the national men's under-23 teams as part of preparations for the World Africa Qualifiers Championships.
In sport and in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. The Bono Housing Scheme has successfully delivered over 34,000 houses across the country and created well over 3,000 jobs. The Minister of Water and Human Settlement, Mr. Unetse Ramogapi, briefed the media this morning on the ministry's achievements over the past 12 months, where he once again reiterated government's commitment to providing decent accommodation to all Botswana. He says they have since deployed extra contractors to speed up the housing project across various constituencies. Mojadi Mukibelo with more.
In addition to providing decent housing, government is working round the clock to create employment opportunities for Botswana. Minister Ramogapi says they expect to create 300,000 more jobs through the construction of Bono housing units. He revealed that the ministry has already created 3,392 jobs, with over 34,000 houses having been successfully delivered countrywide. The minister says they are fully committed to delivering on their promise of 100,000 houses within 3 years, despite some challenges.
Strategy sa rona ke gone gore ha re ne re solehela gore ntong constituency ngwe le ngwe tse 1,000 la nthanera ka ntse gore taisa ra kontraka le mongwe hela. So gompieno se re se dirileng gore re tsentse bora kontraka ba ka tshwara.
We have adopted a new strategy of deploying extra contractors on the construction of houses. Through this initiative, we intend to save time.
Quantity, load, the different investors. So those are some of the strategies that re tsileng ka tsone go bona gore re leke bojotlhe ja rona gore re hohose re be re tsena pele the lost time, re recover the lost time.
Provision of potable water to communities remains one of the key priority areas for the Ministry of Water and Human Settlement, although Water Utilities Corporation is facing significant outstanding debts amounting to over 1 billion pula.
Re hukuditse metsi go ntse go sena sepe ke selo ke ne ke le simolla ke le bolela ka mathata a ra hitetse ga re hokotsa metsi ne re hokotsa mo le go elele go sena sepe le tlhaloganye kganyi ha re.
One of the strategies we have put into place was reducing water tariffs as a way of delivering services to Botswana.
Re dira jalo mo le go elele jaanong ga gona ka hare ka thanang gape ka tera temporary jaanong ra oketse re dira jalo ka go lemoga gore Batswana ba kokonelwa jaanong re tshwanela ke gore re thuse Batswana re ba gokoletse.
On other equally important issues, the minister indicated that they have now established a fully fledged special unit that focuses more on sanitation as a way of enhancing existing water management systems across the country. Mojadi Mukibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Business Coffee Table, a youth-led movement, recently hosted a boot camp aimed at finding sustainable solutions to gender-based violence and drug and substance abuse. The initiative, fueled by the spirit of patriotism, was set in motion with a children's character-building camp in Silibepigwe on Saturday. Karabo Mulusi reports.
The adage, "It takes a village to raise a child," came to life this Saturday with shared real-life insights on some of the root causes of moral decay in the society. The Business Coffee Table Boot Camp reawakened conversations on raising children by delving into aspects of parenting which do not solely deal with providing basic needs, but engages holistically with character building through love, guidance, mentorship, and community support. We are from a social background that protects the mental well-being of children. but we degrade that through lifestyle. Let's not send children to collect cans at bars, because that is how they get lured into drinking alcohol. It is the duty of the parent to collect the cans, sell them, and support the child.
Who we are.
Children spend most of the time on their own while the parents are out trying to make ends meet. They are exposed to a lot of things that don't sit well with us as parents. So we believe this boot camp is the right antidote. Let's reduce children's access to social media because these platforms are unfiltered.
Why it's so unfiltered?
Reviving the traditional community system where clear boundaries between parents and children are set is critical to restoring broken community values that build safer and a morally upright society. We impart knowledge on the children about various experiences of life. We teach them discipline. Just as the saying goes, groom them young. We are grooming them to be assertive and have strong characters that will enable them to face the challenges of life head on. We are preparing them for future leadership roles, and we can only achieve that if we groom them young. The boot camp proved to be a blueprint with a ground-up approach that offers life-changing experience by exposing children to team challenges that instill conflict resolution skills, earned lessons on self-respect, discipline, and empathy, life skills essential to preventing social ills.
This camp taught me one thing, Hannah. Dream big and don't let anything crush your dreams. It's a good experience because there's going to be one time I
feel very relieved and happy. Yeah, those who are out there, do not do drugs, never touch people inappropriately, and say no to gender-based violence.
The end of the boot camp marked the beginning of ambassadorial work for the children, their parents, and stakeholders who now carry the torch to enlighten and restore the nation's moral fiber. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silibi Pigwe.
The Managing Director of Morupule Coal Mine, Mr. Edwin Elias, has commended Business Botswana for its steadfast advocacy on behalf of the private sector. Speaking at the Business Botswana Northern Gala dinner held over the weekend in Francistown, Elias said Business Botswana continues to be a trusted partner and a strong voice for employers as well as a catalyst for inclusive growth. Elias says as Morupule Mine, they do not only produce coal for power supply, but contribute significantly to the economy through aligning with Business Botswana's private sector strategy. For his part, Business Botswana Vice President North, Mr. Humphrey Nawa, shared that such events give businesses in the northern part of Botswana an opportunity to network and reflect on the achievements of the year, as well as plan for the future.
Now, Business Botswana has exemplified its partnership through its advocacy for enabling business environment, policy dialogue under the National Business Conference, as well as capacity building initiatives that ensures that they empower enterprises across the country. And as we continue to advocate for a more competitive, investor-friendly and inclusive economy, we must remember that the private sector is not merely an observer of progress. It is in fact the driver of it. And every business represented here tonight, from the smallest startup to the largest corporations, they do have a role to play in unlocking the northern region's potential.
Since its inception in 1971, Business Botswana has remained the steadfast voice of private sector, advocating for policies that create a conducive environment for growth, representing over 2,500 businesses employing more than 90,000 people. We contribute to serve as an employer organization, a chamber of commerce, and a business representative body, bridging the gap between business, government, and society.
Residents of Skondomboro in the Okavango East constituency have raised concerns about the lack of essential services in the area, with shortage of land topping the list of concerns. Villagers aired their frustrations during a recent Khotla meeting hosted by the Assistant Minister of Local Government and Traditional Affairs, Mr. Ignatius Moswane, saying the lack of residential plots continues to negatively affect their lives. Tiny Tugudu with the details.
Frustration is mounting among residents of Skondomboro, who say they have been holding on to the hope of one day owning residential plots, but their hopes have been dashed due to shortage of land. According to the residents, this has also slowed developments in the village, as many residents cannot invest in permanent housing or small businesses without secure land ownership.
Mo motseng wa Skondomboro la bohelo go a bua ditsha tsa bonno ke ka 2012.
Land allocation in Skondomboro was last done in 2012. Regarding the land allocation program, it's frustrating us. We don't own any plots, therefore we can't access available government programs. Young people in this village do not own plots and are forced to stay on our parents' plots. Village leadership acknowledges the residents' concerns and vows to engage the relevant government departments to find land for expansion.
National Development Plan. National Development Plan.
As we saw in the implementation of NDP 12, all the laws will change because we have set a target for ourselves. The president has made it clear that things will be different in the next 2 years. We can't fail the land allocation process while we have plenty of empty spaces. All relevant authorities should execute their duties diligently because Skondomboro residents will not wait for another 2 years for land allocation.
Ayo approving analo authority ya go approve. I tsoro mo Skondomboro ga ba ka ke ba ema another 2 years.
I have submitted your concerns to all ministers, and I'm thankful that you have also submitted your complaints to the minister who is here today, so that when I complain at Parliament, he will be there to back me up so that we get help. For now, residents of Skondomboro continue to wait, hopeful that the promises made during the Khotla meeting will soon translate into action. Tiny Tukudu, BTV News, Skondomboro.
We're still with BTV News at 9. The trial of Tshepiso Ditsididi, accused of murdering Ms. Khobona Mhaladi and her granddaughter in November 2022 in Molapolole, commenced this morning at the Gaborone High Court. More than 3 state witnesses told the court that they found Mhaladi and her granddaughter dead with their hands and legs tied with a rope. BTV News reporter Nkutule Thamage reports.
Tshepiso Ditsididi, who hails from Dintorokong, is appearing for trial on account of 6 offences which occurred at Magogotswane Ward on the 11th of November and on the 29th of the same month in 2022. On count 1 and 2, the accused person is alleged to have murdered Khobona Mhaladi and her granddaughter. On count 3, the accused person, Ditsididi, is said to have on the same date stolen a Toyota Camry belonging to the deceased person, Khobona Mhaladi in Molapolole. The accused person, on count 4, is charged with stealing goods worth 5,190 pula belonging to the deceased person. Count 5 states that Ditsididi, still in Molapolole, broke into the house of Haramogono no Radikikile with the intention to steal before returning on the 29th of November 2022 to steal his pellet gun. When giving evidence, two state witnesses who are close to the deceased persons told the court that on the 13th of November 2022, after a failed attempt to reach Mahaladi and unable to locate her, they went to her house. They told the court that upon arrival, they found the main door unlocked while the two doors of the bedrooms were all locked. They said upon breaking the doors of the rooms, they found the deceased persons covered with blankets, their hands and legs tied with a rope. The witnesses said there were visible signs that the two were no longer alive. The last witness of the day, who is an undercover police detective, told the court that he arrested the accused person on the 1st of December 2022 at Molotoni village and was in possession of car keys belonging to the deceased person, Mahaladi. The accused is suspected to have stolen the car belonging to the deceased. The state in this case has brought 24 witnesses who will testify. The accused person is further remanded in custody. Unkutle Thamage, BTV News. High Court, Gaborone.
Botswana Council for the Disabled continues to partner with stakeholders to advocate for inclusive policies and promote equal labor rights for people with disabilities. The Council has partnered with Trainers and Allied Workers Union to advance social inclusion and empower people living with disabilities in the workplace. The two will focus on strengthening labor relations knowledge, manage labor cases, and conduct joint community campaigns and employer awareness training. Botswana Council for Disabled main aim is to promote the implementation of the Botswana Disability Act, which prohibits discrimination in the workplace and other areas of life.
As an individual company, what are you doing to make sure that your workforce, at some point you'll be having maybe 3%, maybe 4%, maybe 7% of your workforce as individuals with disabilities? So we are being deliberate to say, how do we navigate this space through this partnership? So that when we talk about policy influence, how are we going to be deliberate in terms of coming up with policy papers that are going to challenge from the Ministry of Labor to any other party or stakeholder in that area to say, how are we going to improve on this? So this is mainly about policy work. And there are other items that few individuals with disabilities who are in employment in the private sector, most of them are not unionized.
To BCD and TAU, be rest assured that your efforts are not in vain. You are traversing uncharted waters, but your perseverance shall stand the test of time. This partnership is expectedly to hit the ground running as it is faced with simmering challenges, some instigated in hostile work environments. The mainstream laws and other strategic measures, as we may have noticed, lacks deliberate interventions geared towards protecting and facilitating persons with disabilities at the workplace.
And on the international front, U.S. President Donald Trump oversaw the signing of a U.S. brokered ceasefire agreement between Thailand and Cambodia at the Asian Summit in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. The Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord aims to de-escalate a border dispute that aimed at least 48 lives and displaced more than 300,000 people in July. The 5-day conflict concluded with a ceasefire brokered through diplomatic efforts by Malaysia and the U.S. Trump emphasized that Washington would maintain trade relations with both countries as long as they commit to peace. The deal includes provisions for the cessation of hostilities, withdrawal of heavy weapons from border areas, the release of 18 Cambodian prisoners of war, and collaborative efforts in landmine removal. An Asian observer team will monitor the implementation of these terms. Hosorongo is standing by to give you sport.
Thank you, Khomso, and good evening. This is Khosrakwe bringing to you the Botswana Tonight Sports News. And with that, let's get straight into it. Laone Mushoboro and Amulimo Muswewu emerged as champions at this year's Botswana International Youth and Cadets Chess Championship, which was held on Sunday in Gaborone. Mushoboro claimed the victory in the under-18 boys category, while Muswewu triumphed in the girls division. Kagiso Molelokwa has more.
Defying expectations, Mushoboro shattered the notion that girls can compete with boys. She entered the boys under-18 category and scored 5 points, earning herself a trophy, a gold medal, and 1,000 pula. Aune Murray secured the second place, with Darius Banda finishing third.
I'm proud of myself because I went to the open section where I was playing against the boys, and I also didn't expect myself to beat them. So yeah, it was a good tournament. I got to be exposed to the play of boys since I'm used to playing with girls.
In the girls category, Amulimo Muswewu took top honors with 5.5 points. Her performance earned her a gold medal, a trophy, and also 1,000 pula. Hashita Manikwata followed in second place with 4.5 points, while Tracy Toteng claimed third.
I would say the tournament was a little bit tough because I was playing against young players who are very talented, and they were giving me a hard time because they are so competitive. But overall, I would say thanks to Lord for this gift of chess, and also thanks to my family, my coach, for everything, for the support and everything that they have given us. This will motivate me going forward because I have a tournament which I have to play in November at SUA, so this will be part of the preparation, and also hoping to go for Africa Youth in Zimbabwe.
Meanwhile, WASBO chairperson Kiinesa Katisenga Chizane emphasized that tournaments like this play a vital role in nurturing chess talent from the grassroots level.
It's an event that does not only contribute to grassroots development in Botswana, it also contributes to grassroots development in the region, within the SADC region. Over the 4th editions that have been hosted, we have not only had participation in Botswana, but also from across the SADC region. And I'm confident that this event is going to grow, is going to attract participation from other countries in the continent, and also other countries even beyond the continent of Africa.
The big tournaments that happen all over the world there. The reason why we call it an international event, Zimbabwe, we open it to the rest of the world. But competition against so many other people from different cultures, from different countries.
The Botswana International Youth and Cadet Chess Championship, now in its 4th edition, also featured categories for under 6, under 8, under 10, under 12, under 14, and under 16 players. Kagiso Molelekwa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
The Botswana Softball Association hosted some friendly matches for the national men's under-23 team on Saturday at the National Diamond Center as the squad continues preparations for the World Africa Qualifiers Championships in Nairobi, Kenya. The tournament serves as a qualification to next year's World Baseball Championships to be hosted in Colombia. The team will battle against the 4 other African nations for a single ticket to the global event. Sofa Malepa has more.
This will be the first time Botswana sends a team to this level of competition, a milestone that team manager Lapologa Nkitoilwe hails as a major achievement for the nation. She expressed confidence that the players would continue to push themselves ahead of the qualifiers.
Nakong ya gompieko go confirmile mahatshe a le 5 gore a tla ba compete jalo ko Nairobi.
At this point in time, only 5 countries have confirmed participation, and those countries are Botswana, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. There was no qualification criteria used, but confirmation for participation to fight for a spot to represent Africa at the World Series. The level of competition is very high, but our team has been preparing well, and I believe our team is in a better position to qualify for Colombia.
Countries have been preparing. Melena ka dumela gore le rona re ipeile mo maemong a mantla tota re prepareile team ya rona re a tshepa gore se re se dirileng se tla re gore sa teng ko Colombia.
Team head coach Tony Moyo shared that his boys are responding well to instructions, and based on current progression, he believes the team is capable of delivering an impressive performance in Kenya.
And we just played a friendly game so far, and the guys follow the instruction well, and they adjusted to almost every pitch situation that we encountered in the game. Expectations are always high. And so far, what we're trying to share with the boys, it's being mentally strong, being mentally tough, to be able to, win in mostly pressure situations.
One of the players, Pimelo Huwe, said the squad remains confident despite many teammates still having to adjust to the new coaching system.
We're definitely ready. We want more. We want to be challenged, and we are willing to take that challenge to the next level.
Botswana's under-23 side played 3 friendly games against Panthers, Vikings and BDF 9 and is scheduled to depart for Nairobi, Kenya on November 23rd, with games running from November 25th to the 30th. Should Botswana perform well at Africa qualifiers, they will earn the right to represent the continent at the World Baseball Championships scheduled for Colombia next year. Tsegofatso Malepa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
Batloka Pride was on full display yesterday as Paramount Chief Puso Gaborone rallied the community behind a bold vision to transform Tlokweng into a smart model village. The call came during the Batlokwa community run in Tlokweng, marking the 145th anniversary of the village. Homsos Fako reports.
Under the theme Run for Your Roots, the Batlokwa Community Run brought together villages of all ages at Royal Area Stadium to celebrate heritage, unity and progress. The event featured 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 21-kilometer races, each ride a tribute to village's founding father, Kgosi Gaborone, an enduring legacy of Batlokwa. The vision for Tlokweng is bold and inspiring, a modern, developed village that reflects the pride of its people. With our close proximity to Gaborone, we are uniquely positioned to seize new opportunities and elevate both our infrastructure and services.
We want this to another level. In terms of infrastructure development and in terms of services and other things.
Kgosi Gaborone also announced plans to elevate the run into an annual feature on the national calendar, promising bigger crowds and deeper cultural impact.
We are also running for our roots, for this rich heritage as well. And as a result of that, going forward, this has to be an annual event. Fearless, for next year, is bigger and better than
as the celebrations continue, Batlokwa are being called to unite in purpose, honor their roots, and build a legacy that lasts.
The journey to 150 years. A project, an eco-tourism park. A museum, a cafeteria, and other related facilities. So that we celebrate 150.
As the countdown to November 29th continues, the call to action is clear. Let us stand together and show our support, whether it is by purchasing official merchandise or simply showing up in large numbers. Visibility and unity are key to making this celebration truly unforgettable.
Part of this.
Festivities will culminate in the Mafifatswana Cultural Festival on November 29th at Royal Area Stadium, with vibrant events leading up to the grand finale. Khomozo Sefago, BTV Sport, Tlokweng.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a good night. Now let's give you a reminder of the headlines.
The Bonno Housing Scheme delivers over 34,000 houses across the country. The Botswana Council for Disabled partners with Trainers and Allied Workers Union to empower people living with disabilities.
And in sports, the Botswana Softball Association hosts friendly matches for the national men's under-23 team as part of preparations for the World Africa Qualifiers Championships.
That's how we come to the end of our news bulletin this evening. In sport and in sign language was Topo Taposa. Up next is the weather update. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramotont. Well, the current satellite picture shows clouds are visible over most areas of the country. We're expecting these clouds to thunder and shower tonight over some areas of Chobe, Ngamile and Khanzi, south and southeast Katling and Kweni. As for tomorrow, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions over most areas of the country, with possibility of isolated thunder showers over Khanzi, south and southeast Katling, Kweni, central and northeast. But over Chobe and Ngamile, we're expecting scattered thunder showers. Well, in the morning, temperatures will be mild in Francistown with a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius, while over most areas in the southern parts of the country, we're expecting warm temperatures with minimums ranging from 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. But over the northern half of the country, we're expecting hot temperatures in the morning with minimums of 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, warm temperatures are expected over Khanzi, Kgalagadi, south and southeast Katling and Kweni, with the maximums of 29 to about 32 degrees Celsius. But over central and in Ngamiland, we're expecting hot temperatures in the afternoon with the maximums of 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. While over northeast and Chobe, we're expecting very hot temperatures with maximums of 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Now, as for some cities in southern Africa, showers are expected over Johannesburg and thunder showers over Manzini, but over Maseru, Gqeberha and Appington, we're expecting clear skies and partly cloudy conditions are expected over Cape Town. Partly cloudy conditions are also expected over Windhoek, Lusaka, Harare, and Antananarivo, while over Beira, we're expecting only clear skies. Few pairs of clouds are expected to be visible over Blantyre, but over Dar es Salaam and Kinshasa, we're expecting some showers, while over Luanda, we're expecting only partly cloudy conditions. That's the forecast. Have yourself a good night.
Bagaitso, hurt people will hurt other people. So let's break the cycle of violence. Seek help, even if you are abused.